What time is it? It's time to ride. Get it? What time it is? It's time to ride. Get it? What time it is? Get it? It's time to ride.
Yeah, today we're brewing it up. That's right, Corkscrew, Ocala, Florida, where we're going and where we're going to be doing some vintnering. Vintnering, you're going to learn what it is in a moment. Corkscrew with my boy Joe. It's time to ride.
I'm just a young man living it. Upper echelon type of people who I'm dealing with. Follow the connect, upgrade from the middleman. Plug on play, got grades on the dinner plan. I speak life like a campaign. That's what got me on the spaceship.
You already know when you see J Long, it's time to ride. And we live today on this Time to Ride show in Ocala, Florida at the Corkscrew at one of their locations. They also got another one in the Villages, so make sure you check that out. And today, we're tasting wine, we're tasting beer, and of course, we're nibbling on some cheese. So y'all tune in as we get the process of how everything is made and created. So come join us, baby, because you already know it's time to ride. Okay, and we live right now with the brewer. And let me get this right, the vintner, my boy Joe. Now Joe, I gotta get this question off my head because I just figured out what this word was. What is the definition of a vintner?
A vintner is someone who makes wine. It's that simple.
First of all, how did you get into the vintner business?
So that's kind of a long story, but all started almost 20 years ago. Winemaking and beer making has been in the family, but about 20 years ago I was volunteering down in Belize, kind of volunteer mission work we were doing, teaching at a high school, and actually ended up meeting my wife down there, but one of the other volunteers was a winemaker. So we just used whatever local supplies we had, which were, there was no grapes, there was coconuts, you know, mangoes, pineapples, whatever. We get all these local fruits and make a wine out of it. It's all some pretty bad wine, but it was a really neat introduction to it.
It was the start.
It was a start, and we were making it in paint buckets and using bread yeast. It was some rough stuff, but it was a really good kind of extreme winemaking where every possible condition was wrong. We even started with the wrong fruit. We had to make the best we could out of it.
So what made you take it to the next level to say, hey, you know what, I think it's time to open up a store, the wine's not terrible no more, people are actually tasting it, they like it, I am a vintner and I want to go public with it, I want to just get my store location?
Well, one night we were drunk and I signed a lease.
I love the way it started. You were drunk every time.
It was almost that crazy. I've been making wine since I came back from Belize, making wine. I lived up in Canada and lived down in the States for a bit and made wine for, you know, friends, parties, weddings, whatever. And you know, we made custom labels and it was always like a fun thing. Like that's what we do as a wedding gift. And we had friends say, hey, why don't you do that? But I mean, you're doing great, but do it as a business where people can come in, you can guide them through that whole process of taking the raw ingredients and making a batch that they can put their labels on and give it out to their people or drink for themselves. So, didn't really happen on purpose, but we had so many people say that, we're like, oh, let's see what happens. And kind of joking about the lease, but no, we walked downtown Ocala one day, saw this building was open. It's perfectly designed as far as Florida goes for a winemaking, beer making establishment because of just the shape and everything of it. So we said, hey, let's do it. So we called the landlord up, signed the lease before we had a business plan or any kind of idea what we were doing, and somehow it worked.
It worked, and it worked to where you now have another location.
We do. Second location in the Villages, Florida. It's about 45 minutes south of here, and exact same kind of process that we do down there, you know, the wine and the beer, and slightly different clientele, but we get some really solid regulars, some guys down there that make wine once a month with us, or beer once a month, and they love what they're making, they just come in regularly to do it.
be right back after this message. We'll be right back. I'm gonna taste some wine, baby.
What's up? It's Big J the Frothy Man, and you listening to my newest single, Danny Rand with Both Hands. Available now on all digital music platforms. Of course, you're gonna add this to your playlist on Spotify, and you can also tag it on your Facebook and Instagram storyline. This the new morning workout song. This the new mantra. When it come to that wang, Big J the Frothy Man life. Don't forget, every morning you wake up, tell yourself, yeah, I woke up on my 1-1. Everything is looking great. Yeah, everything is looking great.
Let's get a drink first.
Let's get a drink first. Now we are live and we're getting down to the nitty gritty. It's time to taste some stuff. You hear me? Time to taste it. Now, Joe, what do you have for us today, and what is the world gonna see that we're brewing up?
I got all kinds of stuff. We got a bunch of different wines that we've made. Everything from the light sweet wines, dry whites, reds, kind of all over the board. All these wines, we bring in the grapes globally. So, you know, New Zealand, Argentina, California, Italy.
What is the process of getting to a wine?
Sure. So we do a couple things. Like I said, twice a year we'll bring in fresh grapes. So say another month or so, we're bringing all the grapes from the southern hemisphere, South Africa, Argentina, Chile. So we'll bring in the grapes. We'll do the whole crushing, destemming, everything here. And a lot of times we'll just post it on Facebook, say, hey, anyone interested to see the whole thing, come on in, be a part of the process. So you don't have to commit to anything, just come in, just be a part, help out, get your hands dirty. We'll do that whole process. We'll save some of the grapes, some of the juices for later on. So if a customer comes in 6 months from now and wants to make a Chilean grape, we've got some juices or some grapes for that. Yeah, we'll start with that. We'll ferment the grapes. We'll age it, some barrel age or stainless, sometimes in glass even. And typically a wine will age anywhere from a month for the lighter sweeter wines to something like the Cab, which is now 2.5 years old. So
wine can last forever, or is it depends on the grapes, or what?
It depends on the grape, depends on the type of wine. All wine kind of follows a trend where you start off at, you make the wine, it'll get better and better. It'll hit what's called a peak, so that's the best time to drink it. It'll stay at that peak, it's called a plateau, for a certain amount of time, and it'll drop.
I know there's a red, there's a white. Any other types?
So in that category of red and white, well, of course, blush.
Blush?
Yes.
Blush.
Rosé.
Got some blush.
There's all varieties of every, of different reds. Number one varieties are named primarily, especially in North America, on the varietal of grape. So a Cabernet Sauvignon is called that. That's the name of the grape that it's made from.
Okay.
Pinot Grigio is from the Pinot Gris grape. So the name of the wine's named after the type of grape. Old world wines like France, Italy, a lot of those places are named after the area, like Burgundy or Bordeaux. It's the area, not the type of grape.
So pretty much red and white, and you have all the different varieties inside of that.
Yeah.
Don't make me take my bet off. You better not move. We'll be right back on It's Time to Ride.
Think about it.
Rich become poor, what they really want to stay for.
Really trade plays. You ever ponder what if whites became blacks and blacks became white? You just think about it. What if we really traded places? What if we really traded races? Would you really trade your place with me? Your neighborhood become mine and mine become yours. What if we really traded places? What if we really traded?
So what are we tasting today?
So let's do do a wide range of things.
It's time to ride. Blueberry pomegranate. See, now my mama like me to drink this pomegranate juice all the time. I be hard-headed. It got a little dice taste to it, but I'm telling you, if you need some good wines, you want to create your own wine, because there's a lot of creative people out here. Corkscrew is the place for you. Right here, we finna get ready to test out some of these wines. Now, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it tastes like. But you can come get your own right here in Ocala or in the villages at their second location. This is a nice setup right here.
So be careful what you tell them. Just pretend you like them all, right? Now, part of the thing we like about flights is we have a very wide range of wines. They do change, and beer as well. They do rotate and change a lot.
So how often is the rotation of new beers and new wines?
It's hard to predict. So basically, whenever something taps out, we'll put something else on, and we try to change it. So instead of putting the exact same wine, we'll find something different. That way, people who come in, we've got regulars that come in once a week. You know, they've got some new thing to try, and it's hard to predict when things will tap. But as it goes, we change.
So kind of like an exclusive. It's like you can only get once this wine is gone, you can't get any more.
That's and it's good and bad because it's kind of fun that we change it up, but it's also we have some people come in that are really upset that we don't have the green apple on tap, and it is what it is.
Now that's a great way to see which beers and which wines are doing a great sellers, right?
That is yes.
Man, that's awesome. It smells good. What's it?
So that's the blueberry pomegranate. A lot of wine tasting.
It smells good. It's like blueberry.
Yeah. Would recommend starting with the drier wines. We typically recommend go with the lighter, sweeter wines first, and then go to the more intense as you go.
Okay, so this is a lighter.
Yes.
Lighter, less intense, real sweet, something for the ladies.
Or gentlemen, whoever.
Okay, I'm just saying, who would prefer this drink more in your case?
I would say it's oddly about split.
Unisex.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Bon appetit. Ooh. Now this is some good wine. What's all in it again? Is there any grapes or is just
there are grapes? So
okay.
A lot of these fruit wines that we make, we start with a grape juice as the base. So that is called we take from the Merlot grape, produced a little differently. You can see it's a very light color. We take the Merlot grapes, press them, take the juice off right away, so you get a very light color to it. So here we've kind of a fairly big step. So I
step it up a notch?
Step it up a little, or step in one direction anyway. So we went from the light sweet, now we're going to a dry white. Dry, of course, means it doesn't have much sugar left. This is our Chardonnay that we make. We make a variety of Chardonnays.
Chardonnay?
Yeah, and of course comes from the Chardonnay grape. It's going to be lighter body than a lot of Chardonnays, kind of smoother, not a lot of oakiness or butteriness. No butteriness at all, really, but a mild oak.
Mild oak. So what is the aftertaste? What can I expect from the taste? It's going to be a stronger?
It's going to be stronger for sure. So we're stepping up in alcohol contents as we go here, especially since you tasted a sweet wine. Anytime you're doing a tasting and you go from one wine to another, even anytime there's a big difference, you want to be careful. Your first sip, just kind of swish around your mouth. It'll get your taste buds kind of used to what's coming. And then your second sip, really think about it.
Okay. So we're finna gargle a little bit of Chardonnay right now. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do. We gargling the bubbly right now. So, pinkies up.
You don't need to gargle like that, but. So now think about it. Don't think about it yet. Erase your thoughts.
This is a little more like I did a couple push-ups. You know, this I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Because I can kind of feel it.
Yes.
And I know if I drunk a little too much, it'll hit me right there in the chest.
Yeah. It's a lot about education. So people come in and we teach them about the whole process. A lot of people know wines but don't know how it becomes what it is.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what we focused on. Also with what we have on tap, instead of keeping just the regular, Cab, Chardonnay, Merlot on tap, we typically change it up. Oddly enough, today we do have a Chardonnay and a Cab, but we also have different wines like the Viognier, which is
Viognier. I like the way you say that one more time.
I'm probably mispronouncing it. It's French, and I'm
Viognier. I mess up. I'm country, so I mess up everything. Viognier. I like that.
So a lot of people would compare it to a Chardonnay, but it's, I would think, much more aggressive. So it's just got a bolder flavor to it. Still a white wine. That we made from Chilean grapes that we brought in a year ago. It has a greater aging potential. So we were talking about how long can you age a wine. Most Chardonnays you want to drink between, say, 2 and 5 years is about where you want. The Viognier you could age up to about 20.
Man,
So,
20 years?
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of time right there.
make it for your grandchildren.
I would say you basically can have a child and have their own wine.
That's it.
As they get old, once they get old enough to drink, their first drink can be their own wine.
Yeah.
Okay, and now red wine, which I hear is good for the heart.
Yes. Besides relaxing people, it definitely has a lot of different compounds that are good for the heart. This one, because it's my favorite and a special wine, we're gonna pour it in a real glass.
We gotta pour this one in the glass. This is the brewer's favorite, so it gets poured in the glass. I know this is right here. Oh, shake it, baby, shake it. That's how we gonna get it right now. Shake it like this. Oh, shake it. So now, does that help the texture, the taste?
Affect the taste a little more than anything, the aroma. So when you swirl a wine, you are basically causing the wine to roll over itself as it goes through the glass. But before you taste the wine, especially red, you're going to want to swirl it around, let the wine breathe. So that allows it those aromas that are locked into the liquid to kind of be released into the air.
Basically, guys, this is what happens on this Tyme to Ride show. Don't suffocate your wine. Okay? You gotta let your wine breathe a little bit. Let that aroma get to hit. Now, why is this your favorite?
Ever since I was young, I used to like dry reds. A lot of people start with sweeter wines and then progress to reds. We meet people who do the opposite, who start with a dry wine, and as they get older, the taste buds change and they jump into sweet wines. So really, it's all a personal taste.
And red wine is more traditional, or is it white?
Red and white are both equally traditional. A lot of these lighter, sweeter wines that we do with the fruit are definitely not traditional.
No, I like the way you explain wine, because wine is its own culture.
Sure.
It sounds like it has its own dignity. It sounds like it needs its own university. Yeah, a winologist. I don't know if that's the right term, but what am I going to expect when I taste this piece of greatness right here?
So a couple things, just visually you can see how much darker it is. So this particular cab, you were asking why I like it, we produced a little differently, process called extended maceration. Not to get too technical, but it means that we leave the grapes in contact with the grape skins for much longer time. So
the grapes hang out with the other grapes?
And the juice and the wine.
Okay,
so
they party.
As it's fermenting, it's extracting more and more flavors and colors out of the grape skins. So the blueberry pomegranate, on the other hand, it was super light. That was pressed and the juice is removed right away. Something like the Cabernet, we want a lot of color, we want a lot of flavor, aromas. We're going to leave it on the skin longer. Normally you'd leave a wine 7 to 14 days on the grape skins. This one we did about 40 days.
I'm ready to parlay with these grapes, these skins, and everything else right now, because, I eat pork skins. I'm from the country. So we right now going to take this good red wine to the head. Do I need to swirl around a little bit?
Swirl it again. And you'll swish around your mouth a little bit. You don't have to be as dramatic. Who knows?
It's okay. It's okay. I'm from the country, so everything. Pinky up. Pinky up. See, this is your favorite. I gotta take it all the way there. If you don't mind. Is that okay? No? Tyme. No. Now that was smooth.
Did you taste it?
My God. That's what we call it right here. Hello? Joyous is here. Jay Long. Here I am. Hello? Jay Long's here. Yeah, we're at the Corkscrew. Come on, get your wine. Come on and fine dine with us. Yeah, right here in Ocala. Catch us at the Villages. All righty, talk to you soon. That's how we gonna answer that one. Now that wine was great right there, man, and I greatly appreciate your time. How could people get in contact with you online? I know we know your location. If you want to express, the actual address.
Sure.
And how people can reach out to you to ask you questions, or also do business with you and get their own personal wines and beers.
Sure. So they can, of course, get on our website, the CORKSCREWWINERY.com. They can call the 800 number at the bottom of the screen. Is there no 800 number?
Bottom. You see that? Right there.
No. Give us a call, 352-402-0158. Email us, whatever, and we'll get back with you. We'll set it up.
Hey, right here at the Corkscrew, and we will be coming back because I heard you guys have live music that you guys do on the weekend.
Friday, Saturday night, and the Villages Wednesday through Saturday.
Hey guys, right now you guys been in Ocala location at the Corkscrew we've been wine testing today. When we come back, it's gonna be live music, and we're gonna get some of that brewski going down. So make sure you guys tune in right here with J Long on the It's Time to Ride show. And I'm with my boy Joe as we were brewing it up today. And vineyards, we get it right today?
Vintner.
Vintner. I'm a vintner today, okay? We've been vintning all day, okay? So stay tuned right here on This Time to Ride show. We appreciate you for tuning in. It's time to ride.
Keep it locked and loaded, cuz it's time to ride.
Ooh, I feel good. You already know when you see J Long, it's time to ride. New single, Grapevine featuring Pop that is, available right now on all major platforms, wherever you can find music. That's Google, that's iTunes, that's Tidal, an 8-track cassette tape. I don't care where it's at. You can find Grapevine featuring Pop that is right now. Go download it, support it, and share it, baby. You already know. Time to ride.
Wanna spend some time, wanna wine and dine it with you. Need you out my mind and in my life. Ay, woke up out my sleep, you was in my dream. Tell you what I see, you was
First time you had to go through things in life in order to see the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? First time you had to go through things in life in order to see the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't even know what's going on around you, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like, I be on the marijuana. Gotta get an understanding, get a grip on life to understand what how this shit really work, how it organized, you know what I'm saying? With me, I be drinking to eat my mind, cause this shit called life is painful, man.
You already know when you see J Long is time to ride. And today, I got something special for the world. That's right, I got the founder of KOD, the #1 club down in the MIAO, right here today on the show. You know what? I'm not gonna even hold you up anymore. Let me bring Mr. Terry Elliott out.
I got to give you, I gotta pay homage, man. You know what I mean? Because the game is all about respect and reach one, teach one. You done paved the way for a lot of people to be where they at, to be successful right now in their career. So we commend you on what you do for the industry.
So I appreciate that. We appreciate that, man. You know, King of Diamonds came a long way, man. Came a long way, and I'm here because you asked me to come, Jay, man. And I see your TV show, man. It's time to ride. So I like that, man. That was nice back there. I like a ride too.
Hey, it's time.
Yeah, same ride like we did with King of Diamonds. It started off slow, and it wasn't easy. It was a struggle trying to build the #1 adult club in the world. But we took our time, and me and my team got it done. Disco Rick, Lenny Moore, and Charles Pop Young. I brought the team together, and I said, "Hey, man, listen, let's take it to another level." Because they was in diamonds before we took it to the King of Diamonds. And a friend of mine named Jack Alardi at the time, he owned clubs all over the world. It was Crazy Horse. And he said, well, I'm gonna turn it into a skating ring because I'm not getting the business that I want. But somebody told me about you, Mr. Elliott. And he said, would you give me a chance to work with me? I said, well, you done tried all the promoters in the world. What make you wanna come to me? And he said, I know your track record speaks for itself. And he said, would you work with me? And I said, you know, before I do that, I wanna ask you a question. I heard that you was prejudiced. And everybody at the table started laughing. And he said, why are you asking me that question? And I said, because people say that you're prejudiced. And if you are, then I can't work with you. And he said, you know, my grandson is black. Did I answer your question? I said, say no more. Let me give you the #1 urban adult club in the world. And everybody laughed again. I said, what's funny? He said, you didn't say Miami. You didn't say Florida. You said the world. I said, yes, I meant that. I'm gonna give you the #1 urban club, urban adult club in the world. How long is it gonna take? Years? Nah, we're gonna do it very fast, in a matter of months. So they laughed and said, I don't believe that. And lo and behold, we gave the King of Diamonds. But it was me and my team, you know.
So what was the time frame from rebuilding it, gutting it, to actually getting to that grand opening success that everybody know now to King of Diamonds?
It took us about, the place already had an adult club look, but we had Lenny Moore, which was, he's a brilliant mind when it comes to building the inside of the club to move according to what we and how we support club as an urban. So it took about 2.5 months to rebuild the inside, and it took us another 3.5 months to start to get the engine moving. And a month later, after that, we started bringing in all of our friends and the celebrities that we know, and this just started taking a ball effect. And after that, I brought in the fight night, the Monday night fight night, which everybody know about that.
Legendary.
Legendary. Yeah. So we brought in the fight night, and of course, got with P. Diddy and Lil Wayne, and had all of them, push out the word through their songs, and Drake and Ross and everybody started taking the lead to pushing it. So, I want to thank you, P. Diddy, man, for all you done, and Lil Wayne, I want to thank you all also for what you did, man. I appreciate everything you done. All of the artists that added King of Diamonds in their song, I want to thank you guys. But more so, there's a bigger component. I want to thank all of you, all of the customers that come in the door, all the people that tell people about this channel. It's time to ride. I want you to wake up your friends. This is how we grow. I need you to tell people, lock in, tune in at this such and such time to look at this show and help this show become #1. It's up to you. Learn to love each other. Learn to be upfront with each other. Love me like I love you. That'll be my jewel that I give to you. And it's time to ride. Is to love others as you want them to love you. And once you learn that collaboration, you will understand how to become successful. Too many times we don't even think about that. Do you really love me? I love you, but I'm wondering, do you love me like I love you? And if you don't, learn how to love me like I'm loving you. If I'm upfront with you and straight with you, you be that way. Likewise, love your wife as she loves you. Love your husband as he loves you. Love your friends as they love you. And grow together and support each other, unopposed to pulling each other down or holding each other back. That's my jewel. Love me like I love you.
Jewel of the day, founder of KOD, right here on It's Time to Ride show. We gonna end it off right. I don't even have nothing to say. Love each other like you're supposed to love yourself, man. Right here, you already know you tuned in. Mr. Terry Elliott. It's time to ride with your boy J Long. And you already know we here, baby. Keep it locked and loaded.
It's time to ride. Time to ride.
We our program is directed towards the man in the street. So we spend our time in the street, and what we do with that man, instead of trying to change the white man, make you accept us, we change the mind of the black man